Numbers float around my head like smoke signals. This smoke signaling to me that today is a special day. These smoke signals begin to form rings that begin to form numbers that float around my head until the smell becomes sharper. Oh, it's 4-2. Oh, the smell invades my nostrils and brings me to an instant flashback of high school. April 20th passed as my friend took a token, inhaled that familiar smoke. He offered me the blunt, but I politely declined and asked him where the significance in today's date lied. He was in shock at how I didn't know my history or celebrated a holiday that, had to be about Bob Marley. Well, I was in shock at how he tried to school me on a national icon from my fucking country. I backtracked for him a couple of years to a time when, after listening to Buffalo Soldier, Dreadlock Rasta, I turned to my Kingston-born father and asked him what the song meant. He wove for me a web of images of the rebels and maroons of Jamaica like Paul Bogle and George William Gordon, of Africans being stolen from Senegambia, then Jamaica, then again in America being forced to fight alongside and against their brown brethren. The conversation then turns to Rastafari. What so many people fail to realize is Rastafari is a young religion sprung up in the 1920s. Marcus Garvey, father of Pan-Africanism, wrote that a new day would dawn in the east. Aeneas, a black king, would rise in the land of Abyssinia. These words were taken too literally to fulfill the Keba Naga's prophecy in the final Ethiopian emperor, alleged descendant of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba, Menelik I and Queen Makeda, 3,000 generations down, son of Ras Makinen. Tafari Makinen became Ras, King of Kings. Ras Tafari Makinen, Haile Selassie, fulfillment of the Trinity conquering line of the tribe of Judah, the Black Messiah. Those that followed Rastafari became the first Rastafari, the same dreadlock Rastas that you mark on your tie-dye t-shirts. And by trying to tell me that all Rastas do is smoke weed, don't confuse the ritual use of ganja to achieve an alternate state and oneness with y'all. For your little pothead smoke out in the back of your friend's car, because I will school you. What the hell do you know about the British school system? About CARICOM and real imperialism? You think you know about the Willie Lynch letters and all the ways to inflict mental pain? Let me remind you that it was in Jamaica that they broke those slaves. The most Olympic medals per capita 2008, even though they tried to disqualify us just because one sprinter beat his fists upon his chest. So don't trivialize my culture with your yarn dread hats and your skateboarder sky, your microwave beef patties and the Rasta colors on your arm. The fact that you remember quotes like, excuse me while I light my split, but not up. Up, you mighty race, you can accomplish what you will, or emancipate yourself from mental slavery, as I try to emancipate myself from these smoke signals. As the smoke floats around my head and my friend once again tries to pass a spliff on, I stand, look east, and chat away from Babylon.
Enjoy!